Are you a procrastinator? Or maybe you are not a procrastinator, but you want to improve your productivity. I promise you that these 5 friction killers are totally game changing. I do them myself, and I always recommend them to friends and family. Not only do they help with procrastination, but even if you are not really a procrastinator, they just help you get your work done faster or get your tasks done faster. And who doesn't want that? So we have more time to enjoy yourself and do other things. So, we're going to get right into it. Thank you and welcome to the channel. Thanks for watching. I am someone with a psychology research background who works in project management. So, merging those two, I am wanting to make growth and mindset more practical. I think a lot of the self improvement creators that I really like watching, I will say that I think it's very high level and sometimes it's very conceptual without like practical tangible things that you can institute in your life right now. So that is my goal, to make self-improvement and growth and mindset stuff a little bit more practical. So we're going to get right into it with the 5 friction killers. So, first off, a little bit about procrastination. Procrastination isn't laziness, it is friction. And in fact, procrastinators often are people who care a lot about perfectionism. The higher the emotional, cognitive, or environmental friction, the more your brain is going to resist doing it. So, productivity isn't about pushing harder, it isn't about hustling, it's about lowering the activation energy. And so there are tasks that take like 20 minutes, but we all know we avoid them for 3 days, maybe more, maybe 3 years. Seriously, there are some administrative tasks that took me years, and I am really, really motivated now to make sure that that never happens again. So productive people have more discipline, they remove friction. So, what is friction? It is emotional resistance, fear of imperfection, overwhelm, environmental distractions, boredom. And the brain avoids ambiguity, effort spikes, identity threats. Like, what if I'm not good enough? So, and I think like procrastinators are kind of seen as like, in my opinion, like the stereotype might be like kind of lazy people, not very action oriented, but actually, like just to pat yourself on the back if you are a procrastinator, it usually means you care about perfection. So I think like that reframe is really important as well. Like not to hate on yourself, but just to understand that that's where it comes from. So lower friction equals lower resistance, which means faster action. So we're now going to move into the 5 friction killers. So one, pair it with pleasure. So this is temptation bundling. I do this a lot. So you pair a boring task with a rewarding stimulus. So an example might be admin work with a favorite podcast, cleaning with music that you only I actually don't really know what I meant with this, but just music in general. We don't like, I think we can listen to our music whenever we want, but cleaning with music, writing with like a favorite coffee or snack ritual. So maybe like a food that you wouldn't, I think that's actually what I meant with music. So that was my mistake. But like maybe there's like a food or a treat that you're not going to like eat very often. But yeah, like maybe allow yourself to do it with a task that you've really kind of been like, yeah, you just really been like not looking forward to doing it. Let yourself eat it or drink it during that task. Walking pad with Netflix. Yeah, maybe you want to get more steps in. So tell yourself, okay, I'm going to watch Netflix while I walk. So why this works? It works because you lower the emotional cost and your brain associates the task with reward. Number two is to lower the standard. So this is called strategic imperfection. So perfection massively increases friction. Instead of like writing the perfect script, try write the messy version. Make it 60% good, bad first draft only. This is an identity shift thing. And I'm going to actually use a personal anecdote for this. There is somebody in my life that I consider like super impressive, super accomplished, super successful. But they are known for like not always producing perfect work, but they produce a ton of work and a ton of great work, but it might not be perfect. There might be a mistake here and there, but they are incredibly successful in their career. And I really think it is because of that mindset. So you can't improve what doesn't exist. And if you are always aiming for perfectionism, literally nothing is going to exist. Like you're not going to produce any work, any output. So perfection is friction disguised as standards. Perfection is not good, in my opinion. Perfection is something to be avoided. honestly, in most cases. So if you get lucky and it's perfect, awesome. But I really think it's not worth lowering your output. Doesn't mean that you have to make your output bad, but let's just make it good or great, not perfect. Good, great, or excellent, but not perfect. Number three is to make it social. So this is kind of, you could frame this as body doubling. So work around other people. This isn't going to work for everyone, but for some people it works, or for some specific tasks, maybe study sessions, stuff like that, co-working spaces, focus, Zoom rooms. So like that would be like, maybe you get on, if you're remote or you have a friend that lives elsewhere, like be like, hey, we're going to like both get on at 4 p.m. and we're going to work on our stuff for an hour. And it's social accountability, mirror neurons. You see other people focusing and working, and reduced emotional isolation. Flip side to this, you could also just go to a coffee shop. You don't have to go with someone else. Sometimes my most productive work is in public, and I may not be somewhat with someone else, but I'm in public. So isolation increases friction, presence reduces it. Number four is shrink the starting line. So most friction lives at the beginning. Once you actually get into the flow of things, things are kind of easy, in my opinion. I don't know if you guys feel the same, but once you actually get into it, it is a lot easier. So instead of write for an hour, open the document, write one sentence, set a 5 to 10 minute timer, and then once you start, momentum reduces friction automatically. Objects in motion stay in motion. So Newton's law of it for productivity. And seriously, I think like if you I think even just like most people are going to understand or like think of examples in their life where this has happened. So try to be aware of that and use that. And just the knowledge that momentum is going to sort of, after 5 to 10 minutes, you're going to get into the flow. That already lowers the activation energy. Just knowing like, hey, the first 5 to 10 minutes are going to be rough, but after that, it's going to be a lot better. Five is to reduce environmental resistance. So make the good thing easier than the bad thing. So these are those classic examples: put phone in another room, leave document open, lay out your gym clothes, keep workspace visually clean, and pre-decide the first step. Maybe you write out the steps. Or maybe you're gonna, if you write something, write an outline. So friction is often physical, not psychological, and design beats discipline. So try to use these sort of like planning and design elements to help yourself, so that when you are feeling that psychological friction, you already have a couple things in place that are going to help you feel a little bit more, motivated, activated, and not feeling you have to climb like a huge mountain. So, in conclusion, you don't need more willpower, you need less resistance. And productive people aren't stronger, they're smarter about friction. They work smart, not hard. So, reduce the friction, increase the action, and compound your results. So, hopefully, you guys could try some of these. They really work for me. Not to say that I'm always perfect at them, but I do like to keep them in mind. So, hopefully, that helps.